There's been a lot on my mind lately about travel culture in general and the Japanese tourism industry. In the past few months, I've had plenty of opportunities to talk to local Japanese tour operators and activity providers. And one thing that struck me the most is how many of them are struggling to attract more visitors to their respective areas. And it's kind of crazy because if you look at the news on Japan alone, you'd get the sense that Japan is overflowing with tourists. And it is true, but these are places that are on the golden route, the greatest hits, as one would say. But the rest of the country, there's so much more that the average tourist doesn't get to explore. There's so much more that a long-term local resident like me have yet to know and understand. And some of these places, traditional forms of art, trade, are quietly disappearing because there's no one else to continue them. The disconnect between the oversaturated, hyper-romanticized Japan and the underrepresented hidden communities has been weighing on my mind lately, and I can see the problem on both ends. On the one hand, I see people in the industry focused solely on the product, designing tours and experiences without ever really asking the question, who is this for? What demand does it answer? Looking at what's already in the destination is a good place to start, but if you design something without the end user in mind, then you end up with something that fails to resonate. Sometimes when I talk to locals who tell me that they want to attract more foreign tourists, I get the sense that they haven't talked to one in a very long time. There's also this tendency for foreign tourists to be lumped into this one huge homogeneous block, when in reality, nationality, traveler type, interests, purpose of travel, these things matter in designing experiences that resonate. No matter how much money the government pours into developing lesser-known areas, if they don't ask the market what they need, then no communication ever really takes place. On the other is the prevalence of influencer culture, where people are encouraged to approach destinations with a mindset of consumption over connection. People are encouraged to travel like ticking things off a checklist, jump from one place to another, just get a photo or a video for the gram, and that's it. Not really understanding the history and culture of a place, merely reducing it to a backdrop for photos and videos. As a digital marketer who works in the travel industry, as a content creator who shares her travels around Japan, and as a local resident who wants to share what her side of the world looks like, I want to mend this disconnect. I want to encourage people to travel slow, to travel with intention. I want to share stories of not just places, but the people who built them, the people who are working hard to pass them on to the next generation. After all, the beauty of a place may leave an impression, but it's the connections that you make that make it truly memorable. Look, I'm not claiming that I'll be someone who single-handedly transforms the tourism industry or something. Very far from that. I myself am just learning how to live and travel slow. It's a learning process, an exploration, one might say. That's why I'm dedicating this coming year into piecing together what travel slow truly means to me. And if you're up for it, you could join me on the journey. Your thoughts, your feedback on the videos I create could help shape this adventure. And together, we might uncover a new travel philosophy that values connection over consumption, mindfulness over haste, and travel experiences that truly resonate. At the end of the day, I'd like to live the one life that I've been given with purpose. And honestly, this is what I hold truly close to my heart. And I hope I can continue to show that with every article that I write, with every video that I make. I hope that you can continue joining me too in trying to affix meaning in how we experience the world. And that's what's been on my mind lately. What's been on yours?